My name is Oshifes Larry. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as Formula One Column Africa.
Good day! Please, like I've always clamored, please. I know you love what you're doing. Subscribe to my channel. Love it. I beg, be on my channel. You get the best news. I love you guys. Sometimes also comment on this social media. It helps my growth. Share, please. It's very important you share. Hello, wonderful people. Now we are doing more rebranding. Very soon we'll be having merch and perks that you can get on the channel. But for now, you can give us super thanks, super messages. You can join or subscribe, which is great for us. And whatever you give us through YouTube is helping us to build more content. Now we are doing like 2-3 videos in a week. Sometimes we do 5. We can do more content for you. We can tell you more truth you need to know about F1 and what they hide from you guys. We can tell you the reality, the things we see, and be more concise with you. Can give you more videos like you want to see and you want to hear the truth. So you can go on the super thanks and click and see how you can donate to us, and you can also join. And some of the merch will be coming now. Some will be in form of tags or clicks in which you can add when you go to the comment section, but very soon we have some other merch that we can send to you, merchandise we can send to you to appreciate you for following us, and you would love it. On this video I'll be talking about F1 races in Africa. As F1 really raced in Africa, a lot of people don't know that there had been races in Africa, and only 2 African countries have held F1 races in Africa. And I'm talking about South Africa and Morocco. And of these 2 countries, one had hosted more times than the other. Some people say the South African race had been held 33 times, while some will say 21 times. But the Moroccan race had been held just once. Let me differentiate between the 33 and the 21 times. The 33 times means those times that is before it became F1. Formula One became officially F1 in 1950. In South Africa, first race was held in 1934. So 16 years before it became F1, there had been some races held in South Africa. And when it became F1, there are 21 races from 1967. There was a pause in 1985 due to apartheid, and from 1992 to 1993 there were races in South Africa. From 1934 to 1966, the race then were held in Prince George Circuit, and Prince George Circuit is exactly at East London, Cape Province, and a lot of drivers that came from Europe to race there then. But the World War II brought an end to the race, and it was revived back in 1960 as part of Formula One circuit. Now, when it was revived back in 1960, it was still not seen as Formula One until 1967. It was recorded as Formula One race in South Africa, and then it was brought to Kilami Race Circuit, and it was raced there from 1967 to 1985 in Kilami, and that was about 19 years or thereabout in Kilami. When the appetite grew, and due to the national policy of apartheid, the race was paused for some time, and it was brought back to the calendar from 92 to 93, and that was the last time. That was 1993 was the last South Africa saw a race. That was 30 years ago. Formula One had tried to revive F1 in South Africa since then. They even thought there would be a race in South Africa on Kilami track, but that race did not hold. And the reason why it did not hold was, one, the organizers and the owners of the track and those that are organizing it in South Africa are not having one voice. I don't know the problem of FIA in Africa. They have been a big problem. We treat ourselves like outsiders. That's how we treat ourselves. I think we can do better. And they've not been one accord. That is one. And 2, that Kilami track that raced F1 for 21 years is not certified as Grade 1 F1 track. Now, the track was almost sold in 2014 or thereabouts, but somebody bought it and somebody saved the track. A white man saved the track. Then they've done a lot of renovations, but because it's still a Grade 2 track, not a Grade 1 Formula 1 track, I think that's one of the reasons. So they still need to do a lot of renovations, and they need to do a lot of talking to bring F1 to South Africa to make racing in South Africa and Africa great. I've been shouting about Nigerian race, and I'll get to that, but I believe we need to have a Nigerian race in Africa because we're a giant of Africa. We need a Nigerian race. But South Africa already has 2 tracks they can race Formula One, but in Nigeria we don't have any. We got none. We don't have a track. Oh Jesus, we need to do better. Now, it's something we can do. A lot of blogs have been carrying evil news about Africans, and I think we can debunk it. There are lots of Africans out there that can debunk it, that can really come out and say, hey, don't say that about us. We are bigger and better than that. Because of the poor economy in Africa, it will be difficult for Africa to host a race in the nearest future, especially Nigeria, Egypt, Algeria, Kenya, and Tunisia. See Gbege, see Wahala. So they are still seeing South Africa as the best place to host a race. Wetin we do these people? As in, I don't understand. As Giant of Africa, you guys think we cannot host a race? Don't worry, I'm coming. I'll deal with you guys. Do you understand? Because we need to make them see that we can host a race. We are not just Giant of Africa in our pocket. We are Giant of Africa for real. Now, let me move to Morocco. Morocco held the one and only Formula One race they've had in 1958. Now, let me explain to you. Some people will say there had been 13 races held in Morocco, but officially, the only Formula One race that had been held in Morocco was in 1958, and that was when it was 11 races. And that was when it was held as a Formula One race. But let me give you a brief history. The Grand Prix organizers in 1925 in Casablanca, Morocco, officially wanted the Casablanca Grand Prix. So in 1930, the race was held in New Anta Circuit, then officially the nomination of Anta Grand Prix. It claimed the life of a French driver, Count Bruno Dacote, during the practice run. That was in 1930. There was no race in 1933, but in 1935 and 1953, there was a return. It was held on a circuit at the city of Agada. There was a circuit there that it was held on, and there was still French dominance until then, when the Italian driver Giuseppe Farina really broke their dominance. Now, there was a new layout in Ain Diab near Casablanca that really hosted the first Formula One race, which was won by Jean Bera for Maserati. So, in 1958, the real edition of Formula One was held. It was then called the Formula One World Championship, as in for that race. So, that was when it was only Formula One World Championship. And it was held on Ain Diab circuit. That was in 1958. There was no repeated winners, actually. Pole position was by Mark Otten of Ferrari, and Stelly Moss, driving the Van Wall, won the race with Mike Otten of Ferrari coming second, and the American Phil Hill, driving for Ferrari, came third. And Stelly Moss took the fastest lap of the race. So that was the only race for real as a Formula One race held in Morocco. Now, why can't Nigeria, Egypt, some other places host races? Why can't Nigeria especially host a race? It's because we have seen ourselves finish. In 2017, somebody got a license. I've forgotten his name. I will try and check. He got the license, and the same issue with FIA in Nigeria, they scattered everything for themselves. So I don't know the way these guys do. The day F1 president came to Nigeria, they looked at a place around Ekpe. They can host the race there. And I can give you places where races can be held in Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, in so many places. So, but I think Lagos is still one of the biggest places, a harbor in which race can be held. And I have my reasons. That will be in another video. You guys make comments and let me tell you about that. Now, the only two issues they are having is logistic and latency of internet, in which we have moved past that in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, we can host a very good race on the Atlantic. It will be like a street race. Now, tell you why Atlantic, because they are just developing that place. The roads are not yet really completely fixed, and the way they are fixed, they are not fixed in a way that they are really concrete intersection, bisection, and divide on the road, in which is dangerous for Formula One cars, or if you are trying to build a temporary track around there with tech pro barriers and all those things that will be introduced, dangerous. So, if you can have a plan for that place, and it is close to the sea, also, it's close to the sea, it's close to Ekpe, and coming from Apapa, it's closer, which means logistic to get DHL to get all the equipment brought from Formula One down to that place is very, very easy, smooth. There are lots of hotels on island to lodge. Oh my God, you can see how easy it is. You guys come here, let me talk to you, but the races can be held in Africa, and I think Nigeria should tap into this opportunity when we still have time, because we need to bring a race to Africa. Formula E had races in South Africa like 3 times now or more, and that is saying they are close to racing F1 again, and I think it's going to be sweet. But I want a race in Africa, and I know a lot of people are clamoring for it, except those that really think they can only benefit from ruining it. But I think there should be a good race in Africa, and I would love it. If you love to see a race in Africa, please give a thumbs up, give a comment. I can tell you more, and I can tell you more things we can do to get a race in Africa. I love you guys. Yeah, bye. I love you. Bye. Chee.
Gibor gives you power. Gibor gives you control. Gibor gives you benefits. Are you an individual or business that uses fuel or gas? Use Gibor to find the best prices across all retail outlets in your city. For users and businesses that buy volumes, Gibor gives you access to credit. Gibor also gives you the ability to track your costs and monitor expenses per car or fleet. Need to improve your costs, enjoy incentives, or track expense? Gibor is the answer. Enjoy 5% discount on your first 5 purchases when you get your next fuel voucher from Gibor. Log on to www.gibor.co to enjoy this. Retail outlets wanted nationwide.
I have a new friend in the house. We are in Nigeria, West Africa. He provides internet for us. They provide the best internet around the mainland, and I know they are still moving to the highland and they are moving all around Nigeria. But for you to get internet on the mainland, contact Fibrad Telecom Limited. They get you sorted out ASAP. The best cable internet on the mainland, fiber optic, they get sorted out. We talk much about them in the course of some of our videos, but contact them, they get sorted out. Teams Gadget is for those of you that cannot easily go to the market to get your phones, your laptops, your accessories. Just place a call through. His phone number is there. It gets you the best. It's your short plug to get you the best phones, accessories, laptops, games, and other accessories for your computer gaming experience. Contact Teams Gadget and you get them for you.